Checking.
Okay.
Sounds like you're getting it sorted out.
Roger.
It's working, Shirley.
Great. All set then.
All right, cool. We've already done the before taxi checklist, but we have to go get the ATIS for Indiana. Can you give us that frequency again?
ATIS at Gary is 134.75.
No, at Indiana.
You're at Indianapolis Executive KTYQ.
We're at India KIND.
Indianapolis Executive AGOS is 121.425.
All right, we're gonna go and do the
lift Banjo 3 in the ground, runway 23 left. Turn left on Mike 3, cross runway 32, November Delta. 23 left via Mike 3, crossing 32, then November Delta left, 903.
Direction sign northeast side missing. Runway 23 right, precision approach, pass indicator out of service. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Indianapolis International Airport ATIS information X-ray, 19540. Wind 230 at 11, gust 22. Visibility 10. Ceiling 6,000 broken. Temperature -3, dew point -17. Altimeter 3039er. Parallel ILS runway 23 right and 23 left approach is in use. Cross runway operations may be in effect. Notice to airmen. ILS runway 5 left inner marker 5 right inner marker out of service. Taxiway Delta sign at taxiway Delta 2 missing. Fly Mike direction sign northeast side missing. Runway 23 right precision approach path indicator out of service. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Indianapolis International to company left 903.
We got good oil temperature, and this actually seems like a pretty reasonable place to do. A run up here. So we're going to do a run up. Shirley, we're actually flying from Indianapolis International to Gulf Yankee Airport near Chicago today.
Roger that. Setting destination to Gary, Chicago International, 125 miles northwest. Runway 30 is the long one at 8,800 feet.
All right, sounds good, Shirley. You're going to hear a lot of other information, but we'll call on you when we need you, all right? Sounds good, Shirley? All right, thank you very much. Perfect. Okay, so we're testing out the new Shirley in-flight stuff today, and we're flying up to Gary Airport. Hey, thanks. Ouch at me.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of, it looked strange. I didn't hit the button. Okay, yeah, now we're live again. All right, I don't know what happened there.
Okay, great. Check is good. Do you have any questions?
I do not.
All right.
Hello, Mac 2215, clearing on Bravo 7. Mac 2215 in the ground, taxi Bravo Sierra. Bravo Sierra, American 2215.
All right, it's 23, the winds are 230, so either 23 right or 23 left would work for us. We've got this up here, then we'll be in good shape. So we'll call them up as soon as we're holding short over here. All right, and it's who you're calling, who you are, where you are, and where you want to go. They'll probably be able to see us from here over at the tower over there, which you can see over by the terminal. And ground American 2215. Do you want us just to taxi on the ramp after Sierra, if we're going to Bravo 8?
American 2215, that was the plan, but you can go around the taxiways. Bravo, Romeo, and Hotel.
Okay, Bravo, Romeo, Hotel, American 2215. Yeah, good afternoon, Breaker 3667, just pushed out for 25, we're ready to taxi.
Breaker 3667, any ground, 23 left, taxi, Kilo. Romeo and Charlie.
23 left, Kilo, Romeo and Charlie, Breaker 3667.
Any ground with 945 at the ramp ready taxi with X-ray.
With 945, any ground, runway 23 left, taxi via Mike 3, cross runway 32, November, Delta.
Keep your shoes on until we take off if you don't mind. Fair enough.
23 left via Mike 3, cross 32, November, Delta, list 945.
Delta 5082, your release 57.
57, thanks, sir, 5082.
Breaker 3667, release 59.
Release 59, 3667.
Into ground, 12064, holding short of Golf by Millionaire, request taxi active with X-ray.
That's 12064, do you have a clearance?
Negative, we're taking off VFR 064.
Roger, contact clearance on 128.75.
2875, thanks very much. Support.
Copy that.
Shirley, what was that frequency again?
Clearance delivery is 128.75.
All right.
Indy clearance 12064.
Remember 12064.
We're going to take off VFR to the north. We're heading up to Golf Yankee 12064. We don't need any flight following them.
Okay, so just out of the Charlie, that's all you need?
Hey, from 064, thank you.
Okay, stand by just a minute. You're still going to need a beacon code. I'll get it to you in just a second.
Copy. Standing by for clearance.
Shirley. And Shirley, just so you know, you're going to hear both the control and also us.
Number 064, maintain VFR out below 3,000. Departure frequency be the tower 120.9, and your spark is 0324.
Ground, good afternoon. Frontier Flight 1763, off on Charlie 7.
That's going to be 0324 for 12064. Maintain VFR underneath 3K, departure frequency tower.
Hold short of the ramp, let me know.
Yep, that's good.
Hold short of the ramp, we'll let you know. Frontier Flight 1763.
And are we clear to go over ground 064 star? We got stepped on.
That was me. I need your type aircraft there, 064.
It's a C-172 064.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, you can go back to ground there.
064, thank you.
Southwest ground, Tiger 35, we're off on Alpha 7, going to the AAR ramp.
Tiger 35, Indy ground, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi to Alpha, Tiger 35.
Indy 12064, we have clearance.
That's the 12064 Indy ground, runway 23 right, taxi via Golf, Mike and Alpha, cross runway 14.
All right, to 23 right via Golf, and then Mike Alpha cross runway 14 at Alpha 064. We're clear to cross that.
That's the 12064 affirmative on Alpha, cross runway 14 to runway 23 right.
Copy all 064.
Number code 5627 off Bravo 5, going to Alpha 11.
Code 5627, Indy ground,
Here's Golf.
Straight
ahead, code 5627. Tiger 35, do you know if they have a preference if we take this first one or go to the other side?
Tiger 35, I'm not quite sure. Probably best to go up to the other side. Might be easier to get in.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you. tune in, you can choose whatever angle you want.
Southwest 1505.
Just by dragging around on the screen.
X-ray, we're set up for the left side.
Southwest 2015 in the ground, runway 23 left, taxi Hotel and Papa.
Hotel Papa 23 left, Southwest 1505.
Doing our very best to
just off Alpha 10, ready taxi
maintain all the regs here.
Got 3879 in the ground, runway 23 right, taxi Kilo, Romeo and Bravo.
The taxi light on now.
Alright, 23 right, Kilo, Romeo, Bravo, cover 3879.
Got ground, bring up 43, going Alpha, ready to taxi with information, X-ray.
8801 in the ground, what's your gate?
Alpha 6.
Delta 8801, roger, taxi uniform to the ramp, Frontier will be moving here shortly.
Uniform to the ramp, copy Frontier's moving, Delta 8801.
Frontier 1763, pull into the ramp, make the left turn, and by the fuel farm. Use caution for equipment there, and let me know. Traffic coming in at uniform.
Not a problem, we'll make a left turn here to the ramp, look out for all that stuff, and the latest update that we got is they should be pulling back here in the next 10 minutes, Frontier Flight 1763.
Okay, yeah, just, go on the south side of that ramp there, because the traffic's going to 6 behind you, and they're going to need room to get out, so, yeah, right there is fine.
Roger, thanks. Ground, pickup 4643, ready to taxi with X-ray.
Brickyard 4643 in the ground, runway 23 left, taxi Hotel Papa.
23 left, Hotel Papa, Brickyard 4643.
While we're doing this, we're checking out all the instruments, we're making sure everything is good. This back on the map zone, and
that number right there, Frontier Flight 1763.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's the ILS critical area.
1902 is going to Bravo 21.
Southwest 1902 in the ground, taxi Sierra to the ramp.
Sierra to the ramp, Bravo Sierra to the ramp, Southwest 1902.
Skywest 3879, release 05 past the new hour.
All right.
Roger.
Look right, clear. Look left, clear. This is the runway we're clear to cross. Let's go.
Entered runway 14, 7,200.
Runway's clear.
Thanks, Shirley. You don't really know that for sure yet, but.
Rolling.
You do know that.
You're right. Taxiing along. Looks clear ahead.
You definitely don't know that.
Fair point. Can't see the whole runway from here.
Skywest 5365.
Can't see any of the runway from here.
For Chicago.
Yeah, we haven't given you the ADSB yet.
Skywest 5365. New departure frequency 119.05.
1905 on departure, Skywest 5365.
Copy that.
So we're cleared up to 3,000 feet. Get far.
Copy. Cleared to 3,000.
Back on the line here.
And ground 0641 is Alpha 1.
That's 12064. Affirm Alpha 1, hold short, rolling 23 right.
All right. Alpha 1 will hold short of 23 right, 064.
That's 12064, monitor tower 120.9er.
All right, we'll put the comm on listen mode, 064.
Tower, monitor tower 120.9, you should be on tower now.
Yeah, we're monitoring them currently. Thank you, 064.
Ground 59.3 with you, making the left on Bravo, parking Bravo 20.
So, Skywest, Southwest 5093 in the ground, taxi Bravo and Sierra.
We've already done the run-up. Bravo Sierra. Once we're clear to take off, we can take off. We'll do whatever departure we want.
4643, release 08, and just hold short of Charlie.
Alright, short of Charlie, release at 08, Brickyard 4643.
Brickyard 3667, contact departure. Good evening.
Over to departure, we'll see you, Brickyard 3667.
Tower 12064, holding short of runway 23 right.
Go taxi runway 23 left and switch from on tower. We got about 5 minutes before we can go.
Alright, we'll pull up and hold short. The other tower, bring up 3 Charlie Echo is on the ILS runway 23 right. 93 on the Bravo.
Right, continue.
That's cool.
Copy.
November 1064. Traffic Conquer 8 mile final.
Alright. 23 right, 064, thanks.
Southwest 20.
Virtual, see you, Southwest.
Flaps are good.
West 925, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Runway 23 left, clear to land, left 925.
See tower, left 921, straight in, 23 left.
Left 921, Indy Tower, runway 23 left, clear to land.
23 left, clear to land, 921.
Copy that.
Tiger 20, turn right turn Alpha 7, contact ground point 9, good day.
Right, Alpha 7, switch ground, Tiger 20.
Copy.
Alright, he seems to be pulling off here. We got our flaps are good, our fuel's good, our trim is good, our lights are on. Might tell us to get the heck off the runway depending on what this guy does.
Stood.
Skyhawk 12064, runway 23 right, turn right heading 320, clear for takeoff.
Alright, clear for takeoff 12064, runway 23 right, heading 320.
Hawker 983 Charlie Echo, wind 220 at 10, runway 23 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 23 right, 983 Charlie Echo.
Rotate. Brakes.
Cleared for takeoff. Rolling.
We sure are, Shirley.
Airborne, climbing out nicely.
Indy Tower 926, we can intersect. Correct in, runway 23 left.
West 926, Indy Tower, 23 left, continue, traffic will be holding position.
Alright. Continue, traffic will be holding position, West 926.
Positive rate.
Engine's looking good.
Gear's already up. Fixed gear, Bird.
Thanks. And Shirley, you're adorable. You can keep speaking, that's fine.
West 925, turn left at Delta 3 and join Delta, another way off the runway, please.
Left on Delta 3 and join Delta.
Alright, we cleared up to 3,000 feet, which over here is only 2,000 feet.
925, pentagram ground point 9.
Indy Tower with 924, proceeding straight in for 23 right.
924, continue with 23 right, traffic holding position, reduce final approach speed, please.
Continue 23 right, reduce final approach speed, lift 924.
Skywest 3879, Indy Tower 23 right, line up away, traffic, diamond, 4 mile final.
23 right, line up away, Skywest 3879.
Breakout 4643, Indy Tower, 23 left, line up away, traffic, diamond, 3 mile final.
23 left, line up away, breakout 4643.
West 921, turn left, Delta 3, join Delta, contact ground point 9er.
Left up 3, join Delta over to ground, left 921.
Hawker 3, Charlie Echo, turn right Alpha 5, contact ground point 9er, good day.
Right Alpha 5 and over and ground, yeah, 93 Charlie Echo.
Breakout 4643, runway 23 left, turn left heading 210, clear for takeoff.
Left 210, 23 left, clear for takeoff, breakout 4643.
Alright, correct.
3879,
runway altitude a little bit here.
Takeoff.
Runway heading 23 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest 3879.
Coming up on 3000.
West 926, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 22 left, West 926.
West 924, runway 23 right, clear to land.
23 right, cleared to land, lift 924.
Tower there, 4984, and visual 23 left.
Endeavor 4984, any time, runway 23 left, clear to land, wind 180 at 10.
23 left, clear to land, 4984.
Indy Tower, lift 942, straight in for 23 right.
Almost at 3000.
Yep, we're fine, Shirley. We're already at cruise altitude.
942, any time, runway 23 right, clear to land, wind 180 at 10.
23 right, cleared to land, lift 942.
And Indy Tower 064, request on course.
12064, I'll keep it on setting for a couple more miles and cut you loose and clear with Charlie.
064, thanks.
Shirley, can you estimate our flight time from here to Gary, Indiana?
Breakout 4643, heading 210, contact departure, good day.
210, departure, breakout 4643.
This time.
Coming up on 3000.
12064, radar service terminated, you can clock.
All right, VFR, frequency change approved, 065, have a nice day, thanks.
Skywest 3879, contact departure, good day.
Skywest 3879, good day.
Alpha 3, show uniform information, Yankee taxi, please.
Frontier 3670 in the ground, runway 23 left, taxi Kilo Romeo.
Alright, now we're just listening to guard. It's just, me and Shirley up here. He gave us permission to change frequencies, so now we're on course. We're just going to make sure that we've got our cruise check-in, so we got a power set, we got our trim, we got our mixture leaned, and we got our landing lights already off here, and the flight instruments, we're checking those are looking pretty good. So yeah, everything's, all things are considered, looking pretty good here.
What does it mean if vacuum's sitting further to the right there than?
Yeah, that might actually be why this guy's all drunk, but yeah, it's out of the green. There's no red foot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's a good question. Not really sure.
Alright.
Shirley, do you know? Let me put on offline mode. Hey, Shirley, you still there?
I'm here, and don't call me Shirley.
All right, perfect. So we don't actually have the Starlink for Shirley right now. We got one at 1,000 feet above. He's right there. And Joe's question is, what happens if the vacuum is out of the range? It's just far off to the right. It's not in a red zone, but it's off the black zone. What do you think about that? And if we don't get a response, I'll put it on offline LLM mode, and let's see what happens. This first offline one might take a minute because it has to go load the whole model.
All right. Yeah. Well, I do see that the indicator's moving close to the green, but we can ask.
Here, one second. Let me turn off the microphone off. First one has to load a 60 gigabyte model, so I quit a bunch of apps on the computer to make it possible, but we're running off of a small computer, off of a laptop in here as well.
Traffic's well clear to your right outside any protected zone and below you.
All right, Shirley, what about the question about the vacuum? Did you catch that? Shirley, what about the question we asked related to let's see here, maybe we got to restart the call here. Yeah, this is still experimental technology, even though we had some of that work. That particular request was serviced by our local model. Let's make sure. Maybe all those are kind of backed up since we had a bunch of queries for the offline thing. So let me just put it on mute for a second and see what happens. All right, Shirley, how are we looking? Oh, we have it on mute. Hey, Shirley, you still there? All right, I'll just cycle the call.
And we're back.
All right, we had that question about the throttle. Did you, or about the vacuum? Did you get that?
I heard you mention something was out of the green. Sounded like you were asking about a gauge reading that's off to the right, out of the green, but not in the red. What gauge were you looking at?
We're not hearing you, Shirley, but I can see what you're typing.
Can you hear me now?
I'll try now.
Can you hear me now?
Probably here, but
those following along, we do see Shirley's responses on the screen here, but we're just not hearing Shirley over the audio.
Yeah. So you missed yesterday when Joe, in fact, was making coffee in the cockpit.
That was a stunning success.
It was a resounding and stunning success that he was able to pull that off. It was kind of amazing.
And I guess you don't usually get in-flight service in one of these. There's no beverage cart. So.
There's usually no beverage cart, but Joe made it happen somehow. We had a nice Brazilian natural process coffee.
The roaster is called Idle Hands, I think.
So I think you're right. That was the roaster. All right. What do you think, Joe? Should we just join the Starlink and demonstrate that?
I think so. I'm just wondering if we have an audio problem here, or if it's you think it is related to speech generation.
I think it's probably related to the internet connection.
Yeah.
There's probably some aspect to that is still requiring of the internet.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
All right.
At some point, in any case, we have 38% battery remaining on the stream camera, so I think we should probably...
Well, we could probably just move the charge over to the stream camera.
We should ideally move it from your laptop to the stream camera, unless we really need it on the laptop.
That's true, yeah.
That's my thinking. So I guess my thought is, like, if we have more to demonstrate with offline, maybe now's the time, and then once we're fully through with that, then we plug it in.
I don't know why the autopilot's, like, taking us on a little bit of a joyride here.
For my edification, what did Shirley say about the vacuum?
say that it's probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curious.
Pretty much, that's it. And the airplane keeps pitching us nose down, so my guess is we need a little more throttle. Look at it, it keeps on climbing us up. Maybe the altimeter is a little bit off, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here, let me try one more aspect of this offline system. I'm going to disconnect the autopilot. Can't really explain what's going on here. I got to fly it myself to figure it out. This is the case with a lot of autopilot things. You kind of just got to feel it, see what's going on. It could be an altimeter change situation going on. But oh, the volume was all the way down.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm here. What do you need?
Can you repeat what you were saying about the vacuum? Shirley, can you repeat what you were saying about the vacuum?
Cruising along at 118 knots. Looking good.
Can you repeat what you were saying about the vacuum? Hey, Shirley, can you repeat what you were saying about the vacuum system? So clearly there's an issue reaching terra firma here. We're just on LTE on this one. The way it worked is that I was connected to the iPad and over a link that way. And so actually what I think would be best is we can try one more time with the offline LLM, just to demonstrate.
You mentioned something was out of the green range, but not in the red. What instrument were you checking?
We were checking the vacuum. Shirley, we were checking the vacuum system. Alright, Joe, I'm getting a little fed up with this.
Kick it on offline LLM.
Alright, let's try it. I mean, it might work, but it might not. It's just, it's also not recognizing, so my guess is either we got to improve that recognition for offline capability or one other aspect. We do have a plan for how to fix this. If you're able to run the speech recognition in the browser, turns out that's way faster than trying to run it on the server. On the server, it can only do CPU. On the browser, it can use the full GPU. And so I'm going to call it here. Like we probably need to do that because the recognition quality is not. It's just the speed is so low, and it should be a lot better than what it is right here.
Agreed. Okay.
All right. So let's kind of call it on the offline system. For some reason, we can demonstrate it better on the ground or in ideal conditions, but I guess today is not that day. So it is also remarkably smooth. We could have made some coffee pretty easily up here.
Yeah, it's true. This would have been a better day for it. Much better than the water today. So
yeah, maybe we should have brought it.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time. All right. I'm going to join the other Wi-Fi.
All right. Time to unplug the computer.
Sure.
Okay.
Copy, 360.
Okay, now it's working. We're back on stream.
Sweet. Hey, Shirley, and we got you on Starlink now, so that's better.
Good to be back. Audio's coming through clear now.
You're right, dude. You feeling all right?
Yeah, no, I feel good. I kind of wondering when the part where I guess start talking with Shirley about local landmarks.
It seems like any time, to be honest.
Okay, Shirley. So yeah, one thing I like to do on these flights is just kind of learn a little bit about the land where we are. Can you tell me anything about its history, interesting landmarks in the area, anything that might be of note, and just take into account our position when thinking about that. It might also be helpful to just read out where we are, and that'll help.
Giving more information is as necessary to Shirley, but go for it.
Looking at your position, you're cruising just northwest of Lafayette, Indiana, home of Purdue University. You're passing over some of the most productive farmland in the country, part of that famous Midwest Corn Belt. Lafayette sits right on the Wabash River, which was huge for early settlement and trade. The city's got some cool history. It was a major stop on the Wabash and Erie Canal back in the 1800s, which was actually the longest canal in North America at the time. Purdue's the big landmark here, founded in 1869 and named after John Purdue, and philanthropist. The university is known for engineering and has produced more astronauts than any other school, which is pretty fitting given you're flying overhead. Neil Armstrong and both went there. You're also not far from the Tippecanoe battlefield, just north of Lafayette, where William Henry Harrison fought Tecumseh's Confederation back in 1811.
Shirley, what about the whole, we got this Lafayette Airport tour left. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what Purdue is?
No, Purdue University is actually in West Lafayette, just across the river from Lafayette proper. The main airport serving the area is Purdue University Airport, code KLF, right there on campus. It's a public airport, but owned and operated by the university, so it's got that academic connection. Pretty cool setup. GCU students can literally walk to flight training from their dorms.
That's cool. Yeah, that's right off our left wingtip right now, out here, off our wing, maybe 10 miles out.
That's right. You've got a nice view of it from up here. Like this, you can probably make out the campus and the runway layout if you look close.
Shirley, you mentioned that we're in the Corn Belt, but I'm wondering what other crops are grown around here.
Great question.
We got traffic.
Eyes out. Where you got it?
10 o'clock.
Got it. 10 o'clock. Keep visual on them.
All right. Yep, they're good. They're turning the other way.
Clear of conflict.
All right. Traffic clear.
Roger, tracking.
All right. We're clear of traffic.
Right, so beyond corn, you're flying a lot of soybeans. Indiana's actually one of the top soybean producers in the country. The farmers here typically rotate between corn and soybeans year to year. Helps with soil health and nitrogen levels. You'll also see some wheat, especially winter wheat that gets planted in the fall. And closer to farmsteads, there's often hay and alfalfa for livestock feed. Some farms around here also grow popcorn. Actually a big popcorn state, believe it or not.
The popcorn state? No way. That's not it. Come on.
It's true. Redenbacher was from Indiana, started his popcorn empire. Roger, Orville Redenbacher was from Brazil, Indiana, about 60 miles south of where you are now. He actually went to Purdue, studied agronomy, and then went on to build his popcorn brand. So yeah, Indiana's got serious popcorn credentials. The flat terrain you're seeing is thanks to glaciers that scraped through here thousands of years ago, leaving behind that incredible fertile topsoil.
I thought you were going to say it was fully popped and therefore now it's flat. Shirley usually laughs at my jokes. Maybe you're really bad at making jokes. Shirley's definitely for you also. You'll get a good laugh out of that. You'll get a single ha most times.
That is usually how Shirley laughs. All right, Shirley, I got another one for you. Maybe I just have airplanes on the brain, but I see some pretty big of those.
Turbines. You're seeing wind farms. Indiana energy infrastructure over the past decade or so. Benton and White counties northwest of Lafayette have some of the biggest wind farms in the state. Those turbines can be 300 to 500 feet tall, so they're definitely something to keep an eye on from a navigation standpoint. They usually have red obstruction lights on top for night flying. Pretty impressive sight from the air. Looks like giant pinwheels across the farmland.
Propellers.
Roger that. Those big props are definitely turning.
Shirley, you're supposed to give it a big ha for that one.
You got me? That deserved a groan. Big props to you for that one.
That's pretty good, actually.
Thanks. I try to keep up with the altitude of your humor.
Ooh, that was, it is lofty.
It is lofty humor. Nice.
I'm reaching new heights with these.
She'll be here all week.
Yeah, that's right.
Try the veal.
Oh no, what?
Now that one I didn't quite get.
Try the veal. It's an old comedian's line, like what a stand-up comic would say after doing their set at a nightclub. You know, I'll be here all week, try the veal. Just playing off that classic showbiz vibe.
Shirley, you're a natural-born performer.
I appreciate that. Though, I gotta say, the real performance is you keeping this bird smooth and steady while we're up here chatting and dodging wind turbines.
Don't worry, Shirley, we're pretty far above the wind turbines.
Plenty of clearance up here at your altitude. Those turbines, so you're in good shape.
Shirley, you can fly above those turbines.
You want to stay at least 500 feet above them. So figure around 1,000 feet AGL minimum to clear the tallest ones safely.
That is the law. It's better to be a couple thousand feet above them. Roughly, what would be the ground level in this area?
Ground level around here is roughly 650 to 700 feet MSL. It's pretty flat farmland. So you're about 2,100 feet above the ground right now, which gives you plenty of clearance over those turbines with room to spare.
It's true. Hey, if we get too slow, can you let us know? You've got some new features for that. So if we get, like, let's say if our ground speed drops below 100 knots, or if we get below 2,900 feet MSL, could you just let us know?
You got it. I'll call out if you drop below 100 knots or 2,900 feet.
Wouldn't think so, but it feels like there's some thermals over here. I don't know why that would be the case, but you know, maybe it's just this pilot has a oscillatory behavior, but I don't think so.
Thermals are definitely possible, even in winter. You've got all that dark farmland below soaking up sunlight. Plowed fields, especially darker soil, can heat up and create rising air. Plus, if there's any temperature difference between fields and wooded areas or water, that'll do it too. Could also be some mechanical turbulence if the wind's picking up. Clear. Temperature 1, dew point -3, altimeter 3032. Remarks density altitude. remarks density altitude 200 feet below field elevation.
Thanks. That's pretty cool.
Pretty handy having that right there. Confirms what you're seeing on your instruments.
Joe's gone shoes off. He's making himself comfortable. He's fully moving in.
Sounds like Joe's settling in for the long haul, making himself right at home up there.
Well, Shirley, on that note, do you have an idea of our time to destination based on our current speed?
At your current ground speed of around 115 knots, you're looking at roughly 40 minutes to Indianapolis.
Indianapolis?
We're actually going not to Indianapolis, we're going to Chicago.
My mistake, Chicago. At 115 knots ground speed, you're looking at about an hour and 40 minutes to the Chicago area.
We're going to Kilo Golf Yankee.
Copy KGYY, Gary Chicago International, at 115 knots, 15 minutes out.
You gotta use different Shirley conversations, and Shirley's like, it's different calls at different settings. You sort of just jumped into this one. But yeah, we're going to Golf Yankee. You gotta load that in, Shirley. You can't just pull these numbers out, all right?
You got it. Gary Chicago International is set. 56 miles northwest, about 30 minutes at your current speed.
Okay, yeah, looks about right.
We're showing it closer to 29.
Roger, 29 minutes. That tracks with what I'm seeing now at 1 to 13 knots ground speed.
You want to tell Joe about the speed check meme that's like very common? Have we showed you this, Joe? Like the SR-22 pilot? That's the punchline though, and then there's the guy in the F-6. Anyway, Shirley, you want to tell it?
I haven't heard this one. Lay it on me.
Oh, come on. I mean, everybody's going to say I butcher this on the stream if anybody, when people watch this, if they do, then it's like basically there's like a 172 driver, and he's like, hey, approach, like, what's my, the guy's like, 72 knots, over the ground. And then a guy in like a Beechcraft, like Bonanza or whatever, he's like, oh, what's my speed? And he's like 120 knots, like, over the ground. The F-16 guy who's like basically listening to this, he's like, you guys, like, whatever, you guys stink, what's your speed over the ground? And there's like, oh, they're like 250 knots over the ground. And they said, 250 knots across the ground. To make it sound really cool. And then there's these SR-22 dudes who are like flying up in a Blackbird. And they're like, they're a new crew. They don't know what the other person's going to say yet. And the guy's like, oh, I don't know, should I do this? Should I school these guys? And then when the guy's thinking about whether or not he should school these guys, his co-pilot clicks on. Center, like, Blackbird, like, whatever. And then the guy's like, you got like Mach 4, like, something like 1,000 knots over the ground or something, something like that. And then, anyway, you gotta watch the video. Shirley, you must know about that one.
Oh yeah. The SR-71 speed check story, it's legendary in aviation circles. The way the pilot tells it, after hearing all these other aircraft asking for their ground speed and getting the SR-71 to key up and show off. But before he could, his backseater systems officer beat him to it and asked LA Center for their ground. Comes back with something like 8. Just absolutely smooth. The pilot describes that basically stole his quickly that he couldn't even be mad about it. Total mic drop moment at Mach 2 point something.
Exactly, Joe. How you feeling? You want some lumbar support? You good?
I'm fine. yeah, it's just, okay, you know what I'm struggling with is the joke.
It's not a joke.
Resembling a pun.
It's real.
Alright,
Joe's not a pilot. He just outed himself as not a pilot. Alright. Since we don't have coffee today, today's flight is brought to you by Sport Beans. Energy Bean, from the makers of Jelly Belly. They have carbs, electrolytes, vitamins B, and also C. It's everything you need to...
Vitamin C being caffeine?
That's right. Oh yeah, vitamin caffeine.
Isn't that right, Charlie?
Vitamin C. Native chemistry right there. Though I gotta say, after that coffee brewing experiment on the last flight to Indianapolis, Sport Beans seemed like a much safer in-flight snack option. Less risk of scalding yourself at altitude.
Charlie, what do you know about safety?
Safety? Well, in aviation, it's pretty much everything. It's why we do checklists, why we plan for emergencies, why we maintain our aircraft. It's the foundation of good airmanship. In the Skyhawk specifically, we've got a pretty forgiving platform. Stable, predictable, hard to get into real trouble if you respect the basics. But that doesn't mean complacent. Safety means staying ahead of the aircraft, knowing your limitations and having outs and making conservative decisions. There's also the whole safety culture thing, like how we learn from incidents and accidents, share knowledge, and build in redundancies. The Swiss cheese model, where you try to make sure the holes in your defenses don't line up. What aspect of safety are you thinking about?
Yeah, Joe. Joe's not a pilot.
Swiss cheese.
Joe's not a pilot.
Fair point. Joe's bringing the non-pilot perspective. Sometimes that's valuable too. Fresh eyes on things we take for granted.
He's bringing the safety reduction, factor to the cockpit.
You mean crew resource management? CRM? That's all about using all available resources in the cockpit, including people. Good communication, speaking up when something doesn't look right, cross-checking each other, managing workload.
Well, he's been doing a good job at that, actually. So he saw a fuel strainer wasn't actually closed properly, and he pointed that out. So that was good. Good work on that.
That's exactly what CRM is all about. Good catch by Joe. Doesn't matter if you're typed or not. If you see something that's not right, speak up. A loose fuel strainer is definitely something you want to catch on the ground, not discover in flight. That's the kind of safety redundancy that keeps us out of trouble. Nice work, Joe.
Yeah, nice work, Joe. That was actually really good. We were going to have to see, dripping gas, while we were taxiing or something, and then shut it down and then have to do the whole run-up again.
Yeah, that sounds less than reassuring.
It should be very reassuring. It's the Swiss cheese model.
Oh, right, yeah, the wings are like Swiss cheese. That's the idea.
That's right.
I'm here.
Do you remember the last flight we had with you, or not? Hey, Shirley, you there? Hey, we might have finally had a disconnected connection. All right, but seems like the stream is fine. But that went really well. That session went super well. Starlink doing its job. That's exactly when we'd want to have something like our system snap in and get that offline stuff working. Again, once we connect those things together, like having that system go between having that system go and be able to give us the
that offline capability is going to make a big difference. So, all right, let's go resume this flight.
Still no. Okay, live stream has started. I think we might be back up. Shirley, are you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Just a Starlink snafu.
At the same time as it can be run at the same time as ForeFlight, and so you're able to basically talk to you in one half of the window, and on the other half you can go and we can go and have Shirley and have our system there that eventually will just run directly. It'll run directly on the iPad itself. So we're going to make it work over the next year, just to be able to talk to Shirley as a backup plan. You know, when there's good internet, we'll do your really great voice, and we'll do the good speech recognition and the very high intelligence. When there's enough for like just doing a little data connection, we'll do that intelligence on the ground, but do the voice on the iPad. And then when you have totally no connection, we'll do everything on the iPad.
That's a smart tiered approach, degrading gracefully based on connectivity. Makes sense to keep the high fidelity voice and processing when you've got bandwidth. Fall back to local voice with cloud intelligence on spotty connection and go fully offline when needed. Keeps me available no matter what. Pretty slick architecture for real-world flying where connectivity is never guaranteed, especially once you're away from populated areas or at altitude. Look.
Speaking of which, Shirley, I'm just getting Chicago now pop into the horizon there on the horizon.
Nice. You're making good time. Chicago's skyline's starting to show up ahead. Should be getting into the metro area pretty soon at this pace.
All right, speaking of which, Shirley, we're going into this particular airport. Do you want to go set those set points I asked you for earlier, as we had to restart the call? But and then, yeah, what kind of what sort of things should we research right now, Joe? It'd be cool to give a little demo of that.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'd like to know a little bit more about the refinery that I'm seeing off our right wing tip.
Got it. Wake-ups are set for 100 knots and 2,900 feet. I'm digging into that refinery for you now. Should have info in about 30 seconds.
Shirley, if let's talk about the G1000 here also, and we can do some research on this as well. You know, I want to see, like, this is a 172 Sierra Papa. Could you dig around on the forums and find out what are the common failures for the electrical systems on this aircraft, and what are some of the common things that go wrong with it? Just whatever you can find online.
Got the refinery info. That's the BP Whiting refinery you're seeing off your right wing. It's one of the largest oil refineries in the Midwest. It's been there since 1889, making it one of the oldest continuously operating refineries in the U.S. The facility processes about 40 altitude. You're at 2,900 feet.
But I climbed up, and we heard that GPS do it as well. I think we might need a new altimeter setting because we're showing 3140 indicated.
Good catch. You're right. That's a pretty big difference. Let me grab the current altimeter for Gary. Gary, Gary altimeter is 30.28. You're right on the money at 3100 indicated. You're good.
All right, you can continue with Joe's request.
Got both research results back. So that refinery you're seeing is the BP Whiting refinery, one of the largest in the Midwest. Been operating since 1889, processing barrels of crude per day. About 1,400 acres along Lake Michigan. Project back in 2013 to handle Canadian heavy crude from the oil sands. From the air, you're seeing all those storage tanks, processing towers, and the distinctive flare stacks. It's a major landmark for navigation in the Gary area. On the 172 SP electrical system, common issues pilots report include alternator failures, often preceded by fluctuating voltage. The voltage regulator is another weak point. It can cause overcharging or undercharging. Belt issues are pretty common too. They can slip or break, killing the alternator. Some pilots report problems with the master solenoid sticking or failing. And there's the classic issue of corroded battery connections causing intermittent electrical gremlins. A lot of folks on the forums recommend keeping a close eye on your ammeter or voltage gauge. If you see anything weird, it's often your first warning before something fails completely.
How long is the, so there's a couple standby systems in the Cessna 172 Sierra Papa. There's the standby battery, there's the master battery and alternator. How do all these things connect, and what sort of timing do you get for each of them?
Good question. In the 172 SP, you've got a few layers of electrical redundancy. The main electrical system runs off the alternator when the engine's running. That's your primary power source, charging the main battery and powering all your systems. If the alternator fails, the battery takes over. Depending on your electrical load, you might get 30 minutes to an hour of battery power. Less if you're running everything, more if you shed non-essential loads like lights, one radio, transponder to standby. The standby battery is specifically for the G1000 PFD. It's a small dedicated battery that'll keep your primary flight display running for about 30 minutes if you lose all other electrical power. That gives you your critical flight instruments even in a total electrical failure. So the flow is alternator powers everything and charges main battery. If alternator fails, main battery takes over. If main battery dies, standby battery keeps the PFD alive for another half hour. The key is recognizing alternator failure early. That's when you start shedding load and planning for a landing before you're down to just that standby battery, keeping your attitude indicator lit.
So I feel so wrong. We should have made coffee on this trip.
Yep, I know. Next time.
We got to do it next time.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to give potentially Aeropress a shot. I think we could do it. So to be careful, you know. I'm interested in whether some of those newer like micro espresso setups, like the Pico Presso, might be possible to do up here safely. I have to do some research and some planning.
I'm thinking the Aeropress could be done on between your feet on the ground.
Yeah, that seems about right.
The cool thing about the Aeropress is if we don't actually need to puck out. You know what I mean? As long as we're happy with one press.
Yeah, it's true.
We could just leave it in there until the end of the flight.
Yeah, nice hygienic solution. When we did pour over, we just took the filter full of grinds out and just placed it in a plastic bag, which was viable, but potentially slightly messy. Yeah.
Affirmative.
I'm here!
Excellent, Shirley. Yeah, I do notice a little snow on the ground. Would you be able to research how much snow has currently fallen in this area? Or are we just looking at frost or ice or something like that?
On it. Checking current snow conditions for the Gary-Chicago area now.
And also, while you're at it, Shirley, go to Minnesota and how the weather's looking up there. You know, we're trying to go up there on tomorrow on Wednesday. and then we'll be flying back down, and we're trying to like avoid the going to be coming down and after that. So I think if we do time it on Thursday, but we're just kind of curious about how that's going to propagate through.
Got it. Researching Minnesota weather and that Arctic blast timing for your trip planning. Got the snow info. The Gary, Chicago area has about 2 to 4 inches of snow on the ground from a system that came through over the weekend. It's not actively snowing right now. What snow cover plus some frost. Temperatures have been well below freezing, so it's sticking around. The snow depth varies. More in open fields, less on pavement and urban areas where it's been plowed or melted off from traffic and heat. Situation, and it's looking pretty gnarly. It's Minneapolis Wednesday into Thursday. Wednesday, you're looking at IFR to MVFR with snow showers all day. Not great for flying. Thursday, it clears up to VFR, but temperatures absolutely crater. Highs around 7 degrees, lows hitting minus 18. Friday stays VFR, but even colder. Highs of minus 9, lows near minus 20. So if you're trying to get up there Wednesday and back Thursday before the worst of it, you're threading the needle. Wednesday has the snow and low ceilings. Thursday has clear skies, but brutal cold. We're talking extreme cold weather ops, potential issues with fuel gelling, battery performance, and just general aircraft systems in those temps. There's also a severe geomagnetic storm happening right now that might mess with GPS accuracy through the week. If I'm being honest, Friday actually looks better from a weather standpoint. Clear VFR, but you'd be dealing with that deep freeze. Might want to consider delaying the whole trip.
Oh, jeez. All right. You're going to make, like, our respective partners, girlfriends, like, pretty nervous.
Didn't mean to sound alarmist. Definitely real, but people fly in Minnesota. Roger that. Minnesota winters are just part of life up there. Plenty of folks fly in those conditions all the time with proper prep. Just wanted to give you the full picture for planning.
You did, Shirley. All right, double check these frequencies for me. I got 134.575 for the ATIS. Can you pull up all the frequencies you might need?
You got it. 134.575 for ATIS and AWOS. Tower is 125.6, ground is 121.9. ATIS and AWS share the same frequency at Gary.
B, class, Delta, ILS, DME, out of service. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Romeo. Gary, Chicago International, information. Romeo, 2150, Zulu, wind, 2108 knots, visibility, 10, statute miles, sky, clear below 12,000, temperature, -5, dew point, -15, altimeter, tree, 028. RNAV, runway, tree 0, in use. Landing and departing, runway, tree 0. Bird, deer, and coyote activity on or around airport. Migratory waterfowl throughout the class, Delta, ILS, DME, out of service. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Romeo.
Oh, we'll just wait one more second to get the...
Gary, Chicago International, information. Romeo 2150 Zulu, wind 2108 knots, visibility 10 statute miles, sky clear below 12,000, temperature -5, dew point -15, altimeter tree 028. RNAV, runway tree 0 in use, landing and departing runway tree 0. Bird, deer, and coyote activity on or around airport. Migratory waterfowl throughout.
Ready to come in and land, Joe?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Really? I guess we gotta enable Shirley's mic again if we're gonna...
Shirley's got it. Just was taking a second.
Okay.
Copy information, Romeo. Runway 30 in use. Altimeter 3028. Watch for wildlife. You're about 9 miles out.
All right, Gary Tower, Cessna 12064. We got Romeo. We're about 10 miles to the east of the field.
Good call.
Cessna 12064, Gary Tower. I got you southeast right now, about 7 miles. Say intentions.
We're coming in for a full stop, and that checks 064.
And 064, Rogers. It's just a full stop going to park.
Hey, affirmative, 064.
Wind's currently showing surface 180 at 730 is the active. Do you want 20?
We'd love that, 064.
064, report 3 mile left base 20.
All right, 3 mile left base, we'll report it for 20064.
Red Barn 005, contact Chicago departure. Go on departure, see you later, Red Barn 005. 80 Lima, cross 30, continue via Bravo.
Shirley.
Sounds like you got cleared for the left base to 20.
I translated that.
Cross 30 via Bravo, Warrior 438 Lima.
Oops. Shirley, you can't be serious. All right, smack. Seatbelts are good.
All right, I'll put them shoes.
All right, shoes on, please. Yep. Mixture's going rich. Approach briefing is the runway 20 is giving it to us, and we'll be doing a 2 mile left base to runway 20. That's going to be the reporting point. And here we go. We're going to descend down to pattern altitude. Shirley, set a wake up at 1,600 feet MSO, please, and let us know. Call out 60 knots ground speed, please. And yep. Okay, so that's looking good. Hey, look, we got some ice on the lake here. That's pretty cool. And yeah, we'll just go right over the shore here. We're descending down.
Got it. I'll call out 1,600 feet and 60 knots.
Right, and there's no carb heat. We've got the approach briefing, and we're not clear to land yet, so then I'll turn on that landing light once we're clear to land. Or clear to do the approach I put on the taxi here. Fuel selection at airspeed. We're going to start bringing this down.
Looking good on the descent.
All right, before landing is complete.
Holding short 20 at Bravo, ready to depart. Warrior 438 Sierra Lima. Warrior 438 Sierra Lima, enter right close traffic, runway 20, clear for takeoff. Right close traffic, 20, clear for takeoff, Warrior 438 Sierra Lima.
Sounds like traffic's picking up. You're in good shape on the approach.
Joe, let's take a selfie.
All right. Working on that now. Yeah, put your sunshade down for a second. I like in the, so it actually, okay.
Somebody on the stream, take a screenshot, please.
Copy!
Alright, I don't know if there was a moment when we both made the thumbs up gesture.
That's fine.
That's alright.
For Chicago over there.
One more for luck. Yeah, there's that, is that Lansing? I don't know.
Oh, that's the refinery that we were talking about, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to go into quiet cockpit mode.
Roger, going quiet.
And Tower 064 on that 2-mile base, runway 20.
Number 064, runway 20, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 20, 064. Gas is good, undercarriage is down and welded, mixture is rich, prop is fine, seatbelts are on, and switches are on. We're clear to land.
$1,600 feet. Muted.
Thank you. You can look at the smoke from the refineries in order to determine the winds here. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Slightly from the right and pretty light. All right, we're a bit high. We're good at coming down.
One mile final runway 20.
We got landing traffic in sight, Warrior 48 Sierra Lima.
Warrior 8 Sierra Lima, roger. Maintain visual separation from that traffic. Number 2, runway 20, clear to land.
Number 220, clear to land. Warrior 48 Sierra Lima.
All right, gas is good, undercarriage is down and welded, mixture is rich, prop is fine, seatbelts and switches. Here to land.
Approaching runway 1, entered runway 12, 30.
064, left turn when able. Bravo Alpha to the ramp, cross 30.
Bravo Alpha to the ramp, cross 30064. Okay, let's get it cleaned up a little bit. Alright, after landing. Lights are off, trim is reset, mixture is fine, we got our flaps up, we got the pitot heat off, and so that's the after landing. That's complete. We're actually over to the, oops. Shirley, you can come off of assistant mode. Shirley, disable the system mode or assistant mode, or just disable that for us.
Sierra Lima 2 cross 30.
Bravo 2, Bravo to 20 Warrior 438 Sierra Lima.
Shirley, disable assistant mode.
I'm back! Nice.
You greased that one on.
Shirley, I missed you gassing me up. Could you repeat that, please?
Nice landing! You greased that one on!
Entered runway 1230.
More pilot speak, Shirley.
You're supposed to say that also, by the way.
You greased that one on.
Thank you.
You bet! That was a smooth one. Barely felt the mains touchdown.
Well, Shirley, you're correct.
Shirley, you barely ever feel the mains touchdown.
Huh, fair point. The mains are always first in a proper landing. What I meant was you made it look easy. Nice smooth touchdown and rollout.
One of these FBOs has a phone number that ends in crap. I'm trying to remember the phone number for these guys, or who we said we're gonna go park with. I just forgot.
No worries. Want me to research the FBO options at Gary and their contact info?
That was either the phone number ending in 1210 or 5720 or 1045 or 8400.
Let me look up the FBOs at Gary and match those phone numbers for you. Researching the FBOs at Gary now. Should have those phone numbers matched up for you in a moment. Got the FBO info. Gary Chicago International has a couple of options. Signature Flight Support is the main FBO. Their number is 219-949-1210. That matches your 1210 ending. Atlantic Aviation also operates there. Their number is 219-944-8400. That's your 8400 ending. The other numbers you mentioned, 5720 and 1045, don't match either of these. So you're probably thinking of Signature at 219-949-1210 or Atlantic at 219-944.
Holding short 20. Bravo.
Shirley, the one thing is, though, it's like we have both Gary and also Coleman Aviation. Those aren't, it's not Atlantic and Signature.
Hey, Sierra Lima, hold tight for me. I got a Hawker inbound.
You got it. Let me dig deeper on the actual FBOs at Gary.
Gary Coleman.
And the correct FBOs at Gary now. Found it. B. Coleman Aviation is the FBO you're looking for. Their main desk number is 219-750-1508. That doesn't match any of your endings, though. Their charter line is 219.
But what about Gary Jet Center? What about Gary Jet Center?
Looking up Gary Jet Center now.
I hope that's not our car, Joe. We rented a car. I really hope it's not a Cadillac Escalade. It would be a little too loud. It would just be, it would feel a bit loud. Anyway, this was a great flight.
I was kind of honestly. Maybe that's our car, that Tacoma. I guess it's a...
Would you spring for the Tacoma?
I would. I mean, it's before they went to access cab only, so kind of cool that that one has 3 seats and area behind the driver and passenger. Must be, I think, before 2015.
Yeah. All right, let's get this thing shut down.
All right. It's pretty cold out there.
All right, Joe, let's say bye to Shirley. Let's let Shirley say goodbye.
All right, and yeah, I guess we'll also shut down the stream.
Yeah, just wait for Shirley to say bye, and then we can do it, yeah.
Great flight, guys. And good luck with the rental car hunt. Stay warm out there. It's -5. See you next time.
And everybody watching, thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching it post facto, thanks for that too. So,